Hey everybody, my name is Mike. I am not for Coltrane. Welcome to your Coltrane Tuesdays. Whoops, for this the 30th day of January in the year 2024. And I'm not sure I actually got the camera level when I was setting it back up. Just don't mind me. Just a minor earthquake appears to be happening over here. All right. So thanks very much for hanging out while I got things together here. Hello, Margot. Yes. Hi, Margot and Beth. Thank you both for joining me here today. Today wraps up the Janu Tuesdays series, and we will also find. Here's the thing. I had thought that getting an earlier start on rehearsing and preparing the song for today would put me in good stead for where things are, for actually being able to start on time today and having everything work out. But it also Eliza Schlesinger has a bit where she talks about how, at least for her and potentially some other women, that there's when applying makeup before going out, there's a window, and like it improves, and then it starts going downhill. And that's kind of what happened with my preparations for today's song. It was great. I put in a lot of time yesterday. I felt good about how it came together, and then continued to add additional pieces this morning and tried to work in other bits. And then we ended up with today's late start. But nevertheless, we are here to proceed, and first, before we get to the Janu Tuesdays featured song, I would start by reminding folks, anyone who might not be familiar, how the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game works, because despite my scattered nature, we will be doing that in just a little bit. So people who are live online with us will be able to give a song suggestion, a song request. It seems like Beth already has an earthquake-inspired song that might turn into today's Stump the Band request. We'll see. And people will give me that request, and then I'll have to play the song, regardless of whether I happen to know that particular song. Possibly it will be one that I know. Possibly will be one that I have worked on in the past, in which case I will attempt to remember how I used to play it, if it has been a little bit. If it's one that I kind of sort of know, like I've seen other people play it before, or I've heard it a lot but never actually attempted to play it myself, I will have to figure out how to play some facsimile thereof here in front of everyone. If someone requests a song that I do not recognize at all, I will have to make up a brand new song right here on the spot with the same name as the song that was requested, thereby technically satisfying the requirement. That is how we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game, and we always do, though, get started with a song of my choice, for better or for worse. That's just how it works out. Oh, I hadn't plugged in this thing over here. Okay, good. Oh, I love that tie. Yes, it is a lovely tie, produced and handcrafted by Beth's mom. So thank you for that. Let's see, so the different things, and they have to go in the plug in the thing, and let's see which one of these is which. So this is going to be, this with me futzing around here below the frame, is going to make for just wonderful video as people are seeing what it is that I'm doing. Because it's important that I know which one of these goes in which one, and then we'll see how this bit of it works out. And I know it's important that I don't actually run the cables through the guitar strap, because that will lead to other problems. So I think that is where that needs to be. And let's find out if we turn that bit up. And here we switch this to that. Oh, that's going to be great. Okay, that's good. We get to admire the lovely shape of my head. Yes, that is a thing that happens. All right, see, that's in tune, sort of. That's in tune too. So while I was hastily trying to get things together for the webcast and to make sure that things were where they needed to be, you had extra time to look at the thumbnail, which made it look like a portal had opened here in the attic stairwell to someplace lovely, as I remarked. Because of course the song we are wrapping up with is "Beautiful Day" by U2. So the and oh, I don't even have my notes with me. So this is gonna be great. And actually there are lyrics that I also need, which I might be able to pull up here instead of having to. Yes, it looks like possibly. Yes, here. All right, so let's see how this goes. Great. I'm a professional. Yep, that's exactly what's happening here. All right. So, also, I take it that the audio and video are in fact functional, and we're gonna see how this goes. So I was happy with the arrangement, and then I kept adding bits to it, and so we're gonna see how all those bits come together. This hastily rehearsed, brand new arrangement of "Beautiful Day" by U2, following that I will talk at some length about the various bits that are part of it. Alright, let's see how this goes. Heart is blue, shoots up from the stony ground. There's no room, no space to rent in this town. You're out of love, the reason that you had to care. Traffic is stuck, and you're not moving anywhere. Finally found someone you could lend a hand, return for grace. Beautiful day, sky falls, feel like a beautiful day. us, but he thinks he'd blow our mind. There's a starman waiting in the sky. Told us not to blow it, 'cause he thinks it's all worthwhile. Saw the world as your blue room, saw the seven seas swallowing the moon. East of Finglas, north of Eden, laughter is the evidence of freedom. Saw Adam asking Eve for a pardon, wasn't a woman who threw God out of the garden. Saw the bird with a leaf in her mouth. I don't feel great about that. I feel like there's the, I can get a sense of where I was going with that, but it really could use some more time in the oven. But in any case, I will have to work on it a little bit more and figure out how to put all of those pieces together. That is an attempt at a new version, new arrangement of Beautiful Day by U2, and man, I really don't feel great about that. All right, so one of the things I discovered while working on it was shifting into the open chords for the. Well, it's just difficult to keep the tempo, to hear something loud enough to be able to keep playing with it, as you heard happened in the second verse. So, and I had the idea. This part actually worked reasonably well. Was to quietly tap out the drum part for the chorus, and then mute that, and then turn it up on the amplifier, so it'll be nice and loud and come through clearly when I got to the chorus. So that bit worked reasonably well, but yeah, as the second verse in particular, I don't feel great about. As you also heard me. The least rehearsed bit was adding in the foot tambourine, so yeah. In any case, so some post a follow-up video. Oh no. Wait. So what's wrong now? Oh dear, something went wrong with Beth. Bobby covers this song, foot tambourine, very impressive to loop and foot tambourine in the same song. Would love if I'd post a follow-up video of performing this song so we can hear. Is the audio not working? If something technically has gone wrong, in addition to whatever else I had going on with the performance, please let me know, because as far as I can tell, okay, Margot thinks she was hearing everything. Very tasteful tambourine. Yes, yes. The tambourine was not too much, so that part was good. It's just not all the, like I said, some more time in the oven. So again, I missed my my notes, having them here in front of me. So I will see what I can. Oh, really? Couldn't hear anything that was going through the amplifier. So one of the could you hear this? If you could hear any part of that during the music, yeah, there you go. So there was lots of little stuff. Um, yeah, and so that's another thing too. So when they were writing the song, so let me get into what I was talking about with the writing for this song. So as I've noted, uh, two of they had lots of success. So they began to have some pretty widespread success. They had backing up. Debut album, boy, does all right. October, not so wet. Uh, the album War goes around the UK. So again, U2 is from Ireland, and it's starting to make waves in Europe. They then decide to work with Brian Eno, and he brings in his engineer, who then becomes a producer for these projects. Daniel Lanois. They do Unforgettable Fire. It leads to the U2's first hit songs on this side of the Atlantic. They then go into this. They then start to work on my favorite album, The Joshua Tree, which is some of the ideas from Unforgettable Fire, forged with Bono's increasing fascination with American rock and blues sounds, and they put them together and get something that's totally unique, and I think is very effective, and also sort of an exploration of the idea of America, especially in contrast with the reality for a lot of Americans. Subsequently, they're like, okay, let's do Joshua Tree, but more so, and they come up with the Rattle and Hum album, and people are like, eh. So at that point, they're like, well, okay, so let's throw all that out. They literally, and this is very Bono, saying things like, we're going to chop down the Joshua Tree. They go into the studio, and after a very contentious period, they come up with kind of a new sound, which becomes Achtung Baby, the sort of the other sort of really big hit album that they come together. Again, working with Eno and Lanois. Also, though, The Edge had developed a fascination with sort of industrial music and Nine Inch Nails and bands like that. In fact, I mentioned a couple weeks ago that they were working on a cover of Cole Porter's Night and Day, which led to some of the sketches, the musical sketches that turned into Mysterious Ways. I found a recording of it, and wow, yeah, it's very Nine Inch Nails, and it's like, well, it was a good thing that they were able to sort of forge their own sound, I think, to make the sound that became Achtung Baby. So then they're like, okay, so now Achtung Baby, but more, and they come up with the Pop album, and people are like, maybe not so much. So again, it's just sort of like, okay, we had a success with the thing, we're gonna do that, but more, and it doesn't really work. And then, okay, we're gonna throw all of that out. We're gonna start over, and they do something amazing. They're like, okay, that, but more, and then people are like, not so much. That's where we come to the album All That You Can't Leave Behind. They're working on it in the years before the turn of the millennium. This time they go back to Brian Eno and Daniel Lanois, of course, where they worked with very successfully on both Joshua Tree and Achtung Baby and Unforgettable Fire. Also, I think it's fascinating, Steve Lillywhite, who had produced their early albums, they maintained an association with him, and he comes in to do some final polishing on all three of these big albums that I'm talking about. The idea that they had gone really far into sort of the pop techno sort of direction, at least by U2 standards, and they're like, no, we need to just go back and be a rock band. And in fact, for the recording of Beautiful Day, The Edge, the guitarist, actually brought out some of the same guitar tone that he had been using on the War album, and so it's very subtle. I wouldn't necessarily have thought about it, but yeah, when in sort of a blind listen, and I knew that it was from an earlier time. I had to think, okay, what does it sound like? It does sound kind of like War, and that turned out to be accurate when I looked back at those notes. The who is it? That one of the so Beautiful Day was the lead single from All You Can't Leave Behind. What else? Oh, later, Edge noted that there seemed to be a bit of an unconscious similarity to a song by the band Aha, whom you know from Take On Me. The guy from Aha said, "Hey, it's fine. It's just the sort of thing that happens." The process for, and this is also very Bono, that he would, in the lead up to this album or in the promotion for this album, talking about, we're reapplying for the job of best band in the world. That's very Bono. James Hunter of Rolling Stone magazine declared it U2's third masterpiece alongside the Joshua Tree Nocturne Baby. I think that's a bit of a hold on. I'm still also trying to watch all of the notes here, and I think my mouse just died. Information about sound. Okay, it looks like sound is happening over here. Interesting. Huh. Well, I don't know why the audio from the looper isn't coming through clearly on the thing. Good to know. Boy, I am all over the place today. In any case, so the idea, so they're like kind of hitting the reset button after Pop and the Pop Mart tour. The video, the music video for Beautiful Day, like the album art from Beautiful Day, features the band going around Charles de Gaulle Airport in France, or nearby France. Or it's in France, it's nearby Paris is what I meant to say. And turns out, actually, all of the band members have houses now, I think, in the south of France, because Edge and Bono moved there. And then Adam and Larry are like, yeah, we need to be able to hang out so we can work on music stuff. The music video for Beautiful Day features Bono just being a goofball walking around the airport, but also notably features them playing, or miming playing at the end of a runway, and boy, and their planes taking off and landing like over their head, and I hope that there were like earplugs that you just can't see in the video, because man, that'll mess you up. So what I was, in terms of the, I was looking for the U2's third masterpiece. The guy from Rolling Stone said, I think All That You Can't Leave Behind, the first half of the album, yes, or the first 2/3 of the album, maybe. It does kind of peter out toward the end, I think, but there is a lot of really wonderful stuff on the album. So there you go. I still am used to thinking of it as sort of, the new U2 sound, just because of when I came to know more about the band. But it occurred to me that song is just about, and that album is about 25 years old now. That song's about a quarter century old, so yeah, not so new and fresh. But what is new and fresh? The version of they did do. I've been talking also about the Songs of Surrender 4-disc compilation, the Edge's Pandemic Project, doing re-recorded, rearranged, stripped down versions of a lot of their different songs. As part of that, they Edge and Bono did a Tiny Desk concert with NPR. It is delightful. I will post a link to that at some point, but in the meantime, if you look for Edge Bono Tiny Desk concert, it should pop up. The YouTube description talks about how they just seem to be having a blast. They're performing also with let's see if I can find it here. The Duke Ellington School of the Arts choir came in there probably with very little rehearsal. And one of my favorite moments they're doing Beautiful Day, and as they're going into the bridge portion of it, Bono does a stage whisper. He says, "Edge, do an Edge thing." And right on cue, Edge turns on the reverb or whatever on the guitar and does this really cool thing. It's like, yes, absolutely. And it's a wonderful little moment in that. Another performance that I've been listening to a lot in the run up to this, they did a show at the BBC actually for the BBC at Abbey Road in London. Yeah, the Beatles, Abbey Road, well, it's not, but where the Beatles did a lot of cool stuff at the Abbey Road studio there, featuring a chamber orchestra and a small youth choir. That's also where the inserting a little bit of Starman from David Bowie. I was like, oh yes, Bono loves to do that, and I love to do that as well. So I love to enjoy emulating that when I can. The only other thing I would say about the song is it also has association with France for me, because at the time that I was going to study in France, it became very important to me, like in the last minute preparations for going into this trip, making sure that I had put together my own mix CD to listen to on the plane, and that I would be listening to that song, "Beautiful Day," as we're flying into Charles de Gaulle Airport. So there you go. Man, this is not one of my best shows, but we're gonna make it happen anyway, because now it's just about time for the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. I will have to listen to the recording and see what I hear. Yes, that is in fact. Maybe I will listen to it, but not today, because it doesn't seem like that's the way things are going right now. All right, so we will return to the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. The Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. We have reached that point in the show. We're going to see how this works or doesn't work. It could be another entertaining failure. Another failure, which I hope is entertaining. We will see how this goes. So again, the people will give me a song request, a song suggestion, and I will have to respond to that song request, that song suggestion, regardless of whether I know the requested song. Perhaps it will be a song that I do know, in which case I'll try to remember how to play it. Perhaps it will be a song that I kind of sort of know, in which case I'll try to figure out how to play it. Perhaps it will be a song that I don't recognize the title at all, in which case I will have to make up a brand new song right here on the spot with the same name as the song that was requested, thereby technically satisfying the requirement. That is how we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. Let's see, and Beth earlier had intimated that we might have a particular song to do, but we'll see. Margot is also welcome to put in a request. Let me see if there's anything happening over on the Facebook stream. Nope, no comments over there. So if anyone wants to chime in with a suggestion, or failing that, I will go into the very dusty bag of pre-submitted requests to see what other things might be on tap. Let's see if I did that. And then I can turn this on to see if I'm still in tune. One of the things that I did enjoy, as I was working on Beautiful Day, it became very clear how it was, where the riff came from, sort of how it's based around this A chord, except that's not actually an A chord. So I was watching in it looks like an A chord. I was watching that Tiny Desk concert, and I was trying to play along, and I could see what Edge was playing on guitar, and I'm like, he's got the guitar tuned down a whole step to make it easier to sing. I'm like, yes, that is exactly what I will do. If it's good enough for you two, it's good enough for me. All right, so Margot likes Beth's hint of a suggestion, which would, let's see. So I know it's a Carole King song. I know I believe it's the first words are, "I feel the earth move under my feet." I don't know if that's actually the name of the song. I don't actually know how any of the rest of it goes. So, but it sounds like that's where we're going. Margot has seconded Beth's sort of suggestion. That's all I know. I feel the earth move under my feet. doesn't. I think it starts on a minor. Let's find out. Beth says she can't be trusted with lyrics. I think I need an additional thing, which I don't think I had the presence of mind to grab before I got here into the stairwell. I'm looking around to see if what I might need or want. I think I do see it. Let's see if I can procure it in a reasonable amount of time. This over here, and this bit, and also this bit here. I also realized I had intended to do part of my U2 tribute while wearing a hat like this as my tribute to the Edge. The Edge has, oh great, you can't see my head at all because because of the dark background. Edge frequently wears, or pretty much always wears, a stocking cap. I think was a very it's a fine way to deal with his male pattern baldness. Since that's a challenge I also have, there you go. All right, so let's see. Hey, it's Mark! Mark, who is able to chime in with lyrics again. Thank you, Mark. Mark says, I feel the earth move under my feet, feel the sky come tumbling down, I feel my heart start to trembling whenever you're around. Ooh, baby, when I see your face mellow as the month of May. Oh, darling, I can't stand it when you look at me that way. Yes, it is like a green screen for my head. It's, I think that's actually the same chord progression from Elizabeth Avenue, just in a different key. But that's fine. That is good enough for this. Yes. Okay, yes. Beth suddenly understands why I don't know these lyrics. Yep. 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 It is a romantic song, and the U2's kinds of romantic, and that's I'll mention this too. I saw this had popped up. Of course, I've been looking at a lot of YouTube videos recently. A video had popped up where it's an interview with Bono and his wife, Allie. The two of them have been an item since basically the same time that U2 was forming, when the kids were all like 15, when Bono and Edge and Larry and Adam were like 15, 16. I believe Larry Mullen Jr. Actually had put who is the drummer, had posted a flyer saying, "Hey, come audition and be in a band with me," and then that literally turned into U2. But Bono talking about how, yes, he the songs he will write for and or about Allie, like, she doesn't want just sort of the sappy, love song. There's got to be some sour in there. There's got to be some texture to it. And I'm like, it's me. All right, so it's the earth. Let's see. Feel the earth move under my feet. Tumbling down. I feel my heart start to trembling when you're around. Ooh, baby. It'll do. Let's see how we're doing on tune. All out of tune, but all roughly the same amount out of tune, which I think will probably do all right. All right, so enough messing around. Let's see what we can do with I Feel the Earth Move Under My Feet, or whatever the actual name of this Carole King song is. I feel the earth move under my feet. I see the sky tumbling down. I feel my heart start to tremble and shake whenever you're around. Ooh, baby, when I see your face, mellow as the month of May. Oh, darling, I can't stand it when you get me that way. Spin all around, I feel my feet losing their grip. I got to reach out, steady myself, I'm gonna tumble and slip. When I see you look at me, I just melt. Toughen up the courage, take another belt. No, I want to every day and night. Don't you know that's right? tremble and shake. I see the stars far go all ahead. The world around me's crashing down, and I can see all the heavens are aligning. You and me, the way it's not, it's just the way that things have really got to be. Earth move around me. Not much of a third verse, but it'll do. So there you go. Apologies to Carole King. Thanks very much to Beth for the initial partial suggestion. Thanks to Margot for seconding and turning it into the actual Not for Coltrane Stump the Band suggestion. Thanks very much to Mark again for coming up with some lyrics to join us. I don't know, I think Carole King would approve this Bob Dylan-inspired cover. Oh, interesting. YouTube covered Crowded House, Don't Dream It's Over this week. Someone added the video to YouTube. I will definitely look that up because Don't Dream It's Over is also one of my very favorite songs, so we will have to find that out. So, apologies again to everybody because the Beautiful Day version did not exactly come out quite as beautiful as intended, but I think Beth has a good idea that we will revisit that at some point, either possibly in its own separate video, or maybe just to lead off a show at some point in the coming months. So we'll circle back to that as a do-over, though technically not a Stump the Band do-over. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. But thanks very much to everyone who's been watching. Speaks. Beth is remarking on stereotypes about people who play the viola. One of Beth's it is a thing I think is fair to say that many musicians, including Beth, enjoy, which is finding out how the folks who play other instruments, how they match or don't match these stereotypes for the people who play those particular instruments. So I will leave you to that. But thanks very much everyone who's been watching, seeing how things work out, or don't work out, because that's what we do here with the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game on our Coltrane Tuesdays. Thanks again everyone who's been watching, everyone who watches this later, everyone who subscribes on YouTube, everyone who clicks the like button, whatever sort of interaction you can send along to our algorithmic overlords to indicate that more people should possibly see this video. I'm always grateful for that. I'm always grateful for your time. I hope to see you again real soon. I have no idea what I'm doing next week, but that is not that unusual. So until that time, please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I will see you right here next time.